Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium. CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world. CatholicUnderground.com, the podcast about our Catholic faith and new media. And DFWCatholic.org, spreading the truth one city at a time.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Vic Faust. First up today, a former high-ranking priest in the Los Angeles Archdiocese has testified under oath that Cardinal Mahoney ordered him not to report allegations of a priest's sexual abuse to police or parishioners. In a deposition filed last Friday, Monsignor Richard Loomis says that the cardinal ignored his archdiocesan policies in handling complaints about Father Michael Baker, who had admitted his sexual misconduct in other cases years earlier. Baker, who was later defrocked, was convicted in 2007 on sex abuse charges and is currently serving a 10-year prison term. The Archdiocese paid $1.2 million to settle complaints involving his misconduct. An English nurse has been suspended from her job just 8 months before she retires for refusing to remove a crucifix that she has been wearing at work for over 30 years. Her bosses told her, Shirley Chaplin, that she could wear the crucifix inside her clothing, but it must not be visible. A necklace, they said, poses a safety risk, although they could not cite a single accident ever caused by a necklace, and hospital staff members routinely wear ID tags around their necks. The hospital says that the order to remove the crucifix was not a violation of her religious freedom because the wearing of a crucifix is not, quote, a requirement of Christian faith. And the latest from the culture wars battlefield is happening in California's public schools. Go figure. Last week we told you about a homosexual film company's efforts at getting California's public schools to show their pro-homosexual movies. The company has announced that so far nearly 250 schools have signed up, and the first film they will show is called Boy in a Bikini, about a teenager who announces his homosexuality by wearing his mother's bikini. Pro-family groups are beside themselves, and many parents are threatening to remove their children from the schools altogether. All right, stay here. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
RealCatholicTV.com cordially invites you and your family on a week-long Catholic cruise around the Eastern Caribbean aboard the luxurious Norwegian Cruise Lines from January 9th to 16th. Guest speakers include RealCatholicTV.com's Michael Voris, as well as Marcus Grodi, Father Frank Pavone, Ray Garendi, and Janet Morana. Come, enjoy the warm ocean breeze, the relaxation and the refreshment of body and soul, all aboard the awe-inspiring ocean liner, the Pearl. Come with us to the beautiful Eastern Caribbean. For details, go to CatholicTVCruise.com. That's CatholicTVCruise.com.
In typical excuse-making fashion, U.S. Ambassador to Malta, Doug Kmiec, has granted an interview to the national newspaper of the island nation. In that interview, he says that when he first met Obama, he immediately thought this man is, quote, the catechism of the Catholic Church come to life. He continues to insist that Obama is taking steps to reduce abortion despite his boss's decisions to spend U.S. tax dollars overseas on abortion. Insists that abortion be covered in his health plan and directing Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to push abortion in countries that now outlaw it. And finally today, Bono has been invited to meet with the Pope, along with more than 500 other artists and performers. This group will include members of the theater, art, literature, and music communities, and they will meet with the Pope at the Sistine Chapel on November 21st. The meeting is part of a concerted effort by Roman Catholic Church to reestablish the relationship between the Church and art. I'm Vic Faust. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and come back tomorrow for your dose of the Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. And check out the Vortex today, where Mr. Voris talks about some famous bishops, including one that once predicted he would save the Catholic Church. That's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tell your friends about us. God bless.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web. And RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.